Could Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 be the Dragon Ball Z game that we have been waiting for? Could this be the game of all games, the Dragon Ball Z game that we have wished for so goddamn long? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a gander, shall we? Alright, what is up, people of all different types of ages, races, genders, and of course, even you other species out there watching this video. My name is OmegaPro, and we have now had our hands on Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 throughout 2 betas. Of course, 2 betas if you got into the closed beta just a few weeks ago. But regardless of that, I have put in over 30 hours across both betas, probably somewhere in the ballpark of 40 hours in just these 2 betas alone. And I have got so much to say about this game, and I've experienced so much about it, and I'm here to tell you guys my initial thoughts on the game. So first off, let's make a long story short here. Should you get Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2? If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you know that question already. You gotta get this game. This game is a huge step up from Dragon Ball Xenoverse. If you enjoyed Xenoverse 1 even remotely, then you're gonna love this game. Coming from somebody that didn't even really like Xenoverse 1 that much, I mean, I liked the game and I had fun playing it, but it got stale and it died out for me super quickly. However, with Xenoverse 2, I put in 40 hours just across 2 betas, and I already still want more. The beta had limited options for us as players, and now with the full game, we'll be able to explore all of Kansan City. We'll be able to play as all the characters, unlock all the abilities, do everything, and so much more than we even got to see with the original beta. So of course, I am super hyped for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and to be completely honest, while Xenoverse 2 did have its issues, I'm still gonna go ahead and say that this is worth picking up as soon as you can get the money for it. So let me go ahead and talk about some of the bad things first, because there is a whole lot of good here, and I just want to get the negative stuff out of the way first. So what is wrong with Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2? If I'm gonna be completely honest, there isn't much wrong with it, at least not from a competitive standpoint. If you're a more casual player, yeah, there's annoying stuff like Majin combos, breaking your stamina, and times for a Kaioken Kamehameha coming out in 2 fucking seconds. Yeah, there's annoying stuff like that in the game. However, with competitive play, there are ways to counteract every single piece of gameplay in this game. So I guess it all really depends on what kind of a player you are. If you're more on the competitive side, there are ways to counter almost everything, whereas if you're a little bit more casual, there are going to be little annoyances here and there. But I think a lot of us are going to be a little bit more competitive, so let's talk about some of the things that just need to get fixed. So in this game, I noticed a lot that combos can just randomly drop. Now, I've only played as Saiyan race characters and Frieza race characters. This does not seem to be the case with most of the other casts. Apart from maybe Turles, I've experienced a few things with combos just randomly dropping and stuff like that. And what I mean by a combo randomly dropping is, let's say you're just doing your regular normal square combo, like you're just pressing square like 6 times. On a certain move of that combo, you will miss the opponent. Now, whether this is due to lag or whatever, I don't really know, because it does seem a lot more prevalent with more lag. It seems like with more lag, my character will overestimate where the enemy is going to be, so I'll teleport to like some place that's way above them, whereas they're near ground level. So it does seem like it might be a lag issue, but I can't be too sure. We'll have to see how it feels versus computers or versus other people on the same PlayStation or Xbox or PC. Another problem that I have with the game is actually relating to combos dropping, and that's the fact that as my Frieza race character in particular, I would notice that anytime I tried to do like a backswing, my character would turn around, hit the backswing on the enemy, and then turn back around. So now my back is now toward the enemy, and then I would get punished for trying to backswing. So I would predict a Z vanish, I would hit them backwards, and then I would turn back around and then just get, you know, fucked for it essentially. And that to me is more annoying than like combos dropping or something like that, because that is a huge part of this game. That counterplay mechanic is essential to the game, and if I'm predicting that you're gonna Z-vanish, or if I'm predicting that you're gonna Z-vanish and then come in on me and I specifically counter you, then I should be able to get that counter combo off. But if I'm not even allowed that opportunity, then I'm just stuck with my hands in my pants doing some other kind of things that I just don't really want to talk about, you feel me? And I do think that there are some moves that are maybe a little bit too strong. Like I mentioned previously, the times for Kaioken Kamehameha, there is literally no downside to using that move at all. Like if you miss an opponent, just don't charge it up, right? Because the way that the Kamehameha move works is that there's two forms of it, I guess. There's one where you just shoot it out, and then if you press triangle yet again, you can actually power it up for even more damage, and it does a ridiculous amount of damage, right? But the main problem with that is that if you use the 2 times move, I guess, your character will be stuck for a little bit. Like he'll be trying to catch his breath or something like that, because using that Kaioken Kamehameha takes a lot of strength out of your character. The only problem with this being is that it only happens if you do the power up. If you do the normal version, then there's almost no repercussions at all. The end lag and the startup frames for this move are extremely quick. This is a move that comes out at about the same speed as a regular super attack and is an ultimate attack, which by itself is horrible enough. But even if you miss this move, you're completely fine, because as soon as you get out of it, you're able to just walk around and there's not much end lag to the move, like I said before. So it would be a lot better if that move, even if you use the first base form of it without powering it up, if you just sat there for just maybe a second or so, because as it stands right now, the move is just completely too safe. So you can see, like, if you hit your opponent, then it's safe to power it up and blast away, right? But if you miss, then it's just like, okay, I just won't power it up and I'm completely fine. I also did notice something rather bizarre in this game, and that's the fact that it seems very hard to Z-vanish out of Majin's combos, whereas everybody else's combos, I can press L1 or whatever button you use for your controller layout, and I would teleport behind the opponent and I'll be able to, you know, do my normal thing, right? But for Majins, they have this really peculiar stamina break combo where they teleport behind you and then they hit you with this fucking thing that has so much goddamn range, and it breaks your stamina regardless of where the fuck you are, and it's extremely difficult to Z-vanish out of that. And it is possible, I've done it, but it seems very difficult, and I'm not sure what the hell that's all about, but hopefully that's something that isn't indicative of how the game will actually be in the long run. One other interesting thing has to do with my character's clothes. So I use Broly's clothes for both of my Saiyan and my Frieza Race character, and I would notice that in the endless lobbies, my character would lose stamina, whereas in player matches, my stamina would be just completely fine and it would be normal. Now this is frustrating because it is extremely hard to play this game when you have half of the stamina that everybody else has, just because I'm using these Broly clothes. Now I'm not sure why it only affects endless lobbies and not player matches. I don't know if it's a glitch where it should affect player matches, or if it's a glitch where it shouldn't affect endless lobbies. And before you ask, yes, I did play with limitations, so my stats and everything should have been brought up or brought down regarding whatever move I was using. But other than that, I think that might be it, dude. Like, I don't have a lot of problems with this game. There were connection problems with the beta, but I think that was more in conjunction with PSN server-side issues. There was a very game-breaking bug in the closed beta where the enemy could go invisible and then just start fucking you up, and you couldn't even damage them no matter what you did. So there were issues that did get patched for the open beta. And other than that, I don't think there's a lot of like glitches or anything like that in the game. There's just minor annoyances in the gameplay, like dropping combos and stuff like that, that I think really need to get fixed. But other than that, dude, this game is really fun. This is by far and away probably the most competitive Dragon Ball Z game that I've ever played. Now, granted, when Budokai 3 and, Tenkaichi and all those games were out, I wasn't really trying to play those games competitively, you know what I'm saying? Whereas with this game, and as I've matured as a gamer, I want more competition, I want to get better at games, and I feel like this game offers a lot in the way of getting better, a lot in the way of training yourself to be better as a player. There's a lot of different mechanics when it comes down to perfect blocking, step/snap vanishing, when you have Z vanishing in the game. All these different mechanics that are put into the game make it extremely deep and competitive. Now, is it as competitive as a full-fledged fighting game like Street Fighter, Tekken, Blaze Blue, Smash Brothers, whatever fighting game you like to play? Maybe not, but I think that it offers a lot in the way of freedom and customability, and that's what'll make this game super, super interesting. Because in all these other fighting games, you don't get to make your own character and equip them with your own set of moves, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is very, very unique, and it's special to Dragon Ball Xenoverse within itself. And Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 being so much more smooth, you can actually string together combos, of course, when they actually connect. But the point stands is that you can string together all these flashy combos, and I feel like it's almost like a Smash Brothers type of game where you can create your own combos, you know what I'm saying? Like, there aren't like coded combos into the game, right? Like Tekken, for example, is a game that has a lot of combos that are coded directly into the game. Like, you press these sequence of buttons and boom, you have a combo. Xenoverse 2 has that to some effect, but a lot of it is just creating your own combos. Whether you can press the vanish button to teleport behind an opponent in the middle of one of your combos to extend it further, use Ki Blast to extend your combo further, use super/ultimate attacks to have a big huge finisher to your awesome combo, when you have stamina breaks that allow you to extend combos or even just create combos within itself, and it is so amazing. And I know a lot of people have been worried about stamina breaks, thinking that this might be too powerful, or maybe it'll make it a little bit like Naruto Storm, wherein if you run out of your stamina or your substitution logs in the Storm games, you're just completely defenseless. But that is not the case, because you can still do these steps to the side and to the back, and even snap/step vanish, which makes you invisible for a little bit, and you actually become invincible for like a few frames or something like that, and it allows you to have maneuverability. Whereas in like Storm or something, like if your substitution bar is down, then you're probably just going to get fucked. Whereas in this game, you can actually still defend yourself, and it makes for a very, very enjoyable and competitive game. It's not like if I'm out of my stamina, then I'm just getting fucked, unless I'm already in a combo. If you're in a combo and your stamina is broken, hold that L, homeboy, because you're about to get that asshole gaped wide open. Emergency missions, let's talk about those for a second. Emergency missions are a super dope idea. That and the raids, like the Majin Vegeta raids and all that stuff, these are very, very cool ideas that I think are gonna elongate the game's longevity, and it'll make it so that way people that maybe don't want to get too competitive or anything like that can still have fun with their friends, go co-op, maybe tackle some parallel quests, tackle these harder emergency missions, and of course tackle the harder raid bosses. And I think it's gonna be just a super, super dope addition to the game. It'll be great to level up, be great probably to farm some stuff. Who knows what the potential of this is. Essentially, this game I think can be as big as Dimps or Bandai Namco want to make it. Like, as long as they keep providing content, if they keep providing emergency missions, if they keep providing parallel quests and all this other stuff, then this game could last for a very long time. Now, I think it's important that they don't charge for like everything, right? Like, I get it, they're gonna have to charge for DLC packs and stuff like that, but if they have like raid missions every month or maybe every other month or something like that, like a big huge raid mission like the Majin Vegeta one we saw during the open beta, then I think it's gonna be really, really dope, and I think that that'll get people very, very hyped for this game. This has potential to be the greatest Dragon Ball Z game ever created, you know what I'm saying? I've already put more time into this game than I did maybe like the first month or so, probably maybe even the lifespan of Xenoverse 1, if I'm completely honest. 40 hours in this game in just the beta alone, and that's granted that I haven't even played any of the story mode. I haven't even scratched the surface of the parallel quests. I haven't even scratched the surface with all the characters I want to play. Like in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, the full game, you'll be able to do a training mode, and I can just be in a training mode working on combos, working on combo strings, super attacks, ultimate attacks with all of my favorite characters, and learn what character I truly want to play as. This game went all out, guys. Like, I'm being serious. I'm not like being a hype beast or anything like that. Like, I was even saying, looking at Rhyme Style, Afro, and all my other friends that got to play the game early, saying that this game was amazing, saying that this game was different and new and unique and everything like that. I thought it was just a bunch of bullshit. I was like, all right, you guys are probably just hype beasting this game up, you know what I'm saying? We all want the new Dragon Ball Z game to be amazing. I can understand why you might hype beast it up a little bit, but dude, 40 hours and I still want more of the game. I think that says more than enough about Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I think that this game is going to be amazing. And even with all the bugs and all the infuriating things that went on during the beta, I would still rather play Xenoverse 2 than any other Dragon Ball Z game right now. Yeah, I said it, man. And I think if you look past your nostalgia, you'll be able to see it too. Like, if this game was the game that came out on the PlayStation 2 or something like that, come on, guys. We all know what we would think about it. But that's just my opinion on Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. This video was a little bit long, but let me know what you guys think about Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Are you getting it day one? What are you most excited about for this game? I'm most excited about getting better and becoming more competitive at the game. But of course, my name is OmegaPro. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider leaving a like rating. Subscribe here if you're new. We do Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 stuff all the time. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. All right, have a great day, everyone. Peace out.